We've met with the union representatives, the NUPW, the Barbados Union of Teachers, the Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, and we've established a number of subcommittees through which we've broken down a number of concerns that would have been expressed, and we've started and continued rather discourse on a number of areas that are of concern to various stakeholders. The thing is, we may not always agree on everything, but I think the one thing that we do agree on is that we are working together in the interest of the children of Barbados and to ensure that there is no child that is left behind in this process. With respect to the Barbados Secondary Schools entrance examination, or the Common Entrance Examination, which was originally scheduled for the 5th of May, and then it was later postponed as a result of COVID-19 and the uncertainty that has surrounded it. After consultation with the various stakeholders and listening to several parents who are anxious as well to put this examination behind them, we have settled on a date of July the 14th for the new date for the Common Entrance Examination. In preparation for the exam, while we have prioritized the devices to Class 4 students so that they can continue to maintain their contact with their teachers, we also recognize that there are some students for whom having the face-to-face contact prior to the examination, especially after such a prolonged absence, would certainly be beneficial to them. And as such, we propose to integrate all Class 4 students only into primary schools from the 15th of June, giving teachers 4 weeks contact time with students in order to prepare them for the examination. With the assistance of protocols that have been put in place for the reopening of schools in a phased way by the World Health Organization and the Pan American Health Organization, we have spoken to our public health officials, we have started discussions with the respective unions, and we have come to some consensus in terms of the way forward as it relates to a set of protocols which will guide the return to school for both our teachers as well as our students at the Class 4 level. It is our intention to make sure that school is not just a safe school, but it's a safe school for our teachers and also for our students as well. In the interim, we have started to look at addressing the issues of sanitization. We've looked at ensuring that the plant is obviously properly maintained as students will be returning and teachers will be returning to the school plant. We have had preliminary discussions with UNICEF, and there's some commitments there in terms of helping us as a country to be able to allow the phased reopening in this way of our schools. And that will include the provision of masks, both for our teachers as well as for students. It will also require the provision of sanitizing materials as well. And obviously we will make sure that we have the proper markings in place to ensure physical distancing in the classrooms. Obviously, as you can appreciate, the classrooms will traditionally hold a full class, and therefore there will be some accommodation made school by school to ensure that we are able to respect the 6 feet distancing. Over the course of the next few days as well, we will start to roll out, for the benefit of students and parents, a number of PSAs that will inform them as to what to expect when they return to school. So while we plan as well for the actual day of the examination with a set of protocols being put in place, we are equally looking at the protocols that will be necessary to govern the return to school of the Class 4 students into their respective environments.